Welcome to the stream. I need maybe time from way. I realised that the variety moderate that there. Behold! What hand behold! Fire Emblem. Pokemon Leaf Green. I don't know why I'm Fire Emblem this time around. Which one starts? Oh crap. I'm not even clicked on it. That's probably it. There we go. Probably would be better if we, actively were on the thing. But welcome to Pokemon Leaf Green Nuzlocke. The rules of Nuzlocke are simple. Pokemon die when they faint. And of course, if we happen to encounter a Pokemon, the first one is the only one that we're allowed to catch. Every single other one, no. Outside of the shinies, as per usual, if we encounter a shiny, which we did in Sword, shiny execute into an Executor, which we then proceeded to not use. Yeah. Of course, this is the Gen 3 remake of Generation 1. Visually will be better off, comparatively to, say, doing Gen 1. Also, we'll definitely fast forward the text a little bit once we are able to. No, look at the Nidoran female. No, it's cute. Professor Rogue tells us exactly how Pokemon works, as if we didn't already know at this point. Right, oh, I just sped through. Last time, do I have a fast forward button on this? I don't actually know. Last time we played female, this time we'll play male. Because, why not? And it's totally not because there's no customization of any sort. Some fan games that basically just take the tile set from this entry certainly, I don't know, make things worse in my opinion in some ways. Anyway, we are Chris, and this is... Oh yeah, because playing with green citizen. Why, yes, this is Ash. No. We'll call him good old... Well, obviously, I need it to be a friendly name, because he's such a friendly rival, unlike all those artistical, terrible rivals in Jack's notes. How? Oh, he doesn't have jams in that fucking retrospective. This is Gary. It's Gary. We call him Gary. I watched the Kanto anime, as every other bloody child has. Behold! Our NES. I don't have an NES. Right, okay, you know what? I just want to check the... I'm just going to check the... Okay, apparently we're trying to go for 60 frames. Is there a way of checking the video? There's the audio channels. That's fine. I think everything's fine. I'm just... I just want to check. Is there a way of checking the overall just settings? Keyboard should just be no. I have it set to N for select, M for start. Okay. Just wanted to check. So if I do that, the axes are back. Okay, good. Anywho, over here, first and foremost, is our PC. Inside item storage, there should be a potion. We might need this, to be fair, because there's a chance that we do end up losing, and in which case this is a very short stream, and we'll see you all next time. Moment will occur. Oh yeah, I want to sort out the menu. Options. Fast text speed. Also, gotta set to set. I can't. I shouldn't be trying to cheat. Button mode is set to help. Alright, well, anyway. Also, frames! Whee! Frame 2 has a more classic look to it, but we'll take frame 1 as it is. So, okay, good. Good. Our mother! Which is one show that's like, kids get to go out and about. Well, I guess it was bound to happen, as of course there is a movie on the television where 4 boys are walking on the railroad tracks. This is of course a reference to a very specific film. I don't remember the name off by heart, but I do know that I've seen it. I think I've seen it. I might be wrong. Anyways, let us go on an adventure! Thankfully, Oak stops us from doing this foolish thing, because there's a horde of rats just off screen that would be ready to nibble on my ankles. We kind of need a Pokemon, you see. Thankfully, Oak has got some Pokemon. Since this isn't Pokemon Yellow, we don't have to worry about having to be stuck with a shite Pikachu. And of course, Gary is fed up with waiting for a Pokemon as well. We have our power to get our hands on it, on one of 3 Pokemon. Gary will utilise this option, this chance of going second, to go with whichever one is strong against the one that we don't pick. So we've got ourselves our options of the Gen 1 starters, that being Bulbasaur. Grass Poison, so weak to Psychic type attacks. That's not a good thing. But in terms of early game, actually really good. Good against Brook, good against Misty, resists Surge. There are plenty of water types in Kanto, so actively is not a bad option. Then there's Squirtle. It is a water type in a world where there are plenty of full water types around. Now, this actually might not be a bad choice because we do need to be able to use Surf to get to Cinnabar. So, on that one, don't know, sir. Don't know just yet how things are going to go. But let's know for the moment. And of course, and overall wise is alright in terms of the gyms overall. We'll do well against the last couple of gyms, but you know. And then Charmander, who is not the best in the early game because at the end of the day, Brock resists and batters Charmander a lot easier. Misty has water types with water moves, so it's more of a long-term investment. Charmander into Charizard is actually not a bad option as a whole. Honestly, you could pick any starter. I probably wouldn't think you'd be going wrong. However, you know what? We've picked Leaf Green, so you know what that means? Oh, well, quite simply actually, we know exactly what this means. Bulbasaur. And it's not like the thumbnail gave it away or anything. We're picking Bulbasaur. That's right, I'm going the grass type as per usual. And of course that means it's really quite energetic, but that's fine. Where is the thing? So I'll have to nickname it Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur gets a name. Now what do I name it? Now this is the bit that makes me go like, do I really want to play this game? But this is what I get. It's male, so we don't end up giving it a girl's name. Actually, no, wait, that's not something to be thinking of, actually. Let's play names that can work for both genders. I don't know why it's so stupid on how, like, why that name sounds like a boy's name. Oh, please, I'm Chris. That can be short for Christine for all people know. I'm arguing in my own head right now. Let's call this one. It's green. You know what else is green? How do I spell it? Oh wait, hang on. Okay, so Olive. You know what else is green? The green arrow. So Oliver. That works. Well, while Gary's selecting a Charmander to screw with me, let us head on to here. We've selected that. Starter pick of Bulbasaur, Auto Catch, Whoopee, onto the team, and of course, we're calling it Oliver. Nope, I'm just dyslexic my way through not spelling it correctly, bravo me. And as you can see, we're using the site, the tracker, to be able to keep track of our Pokemon and those overage counters we've had. I'm instinctively going to the C button. I think that's some of the fan games have done that to me. So anyways, right. Let us go into the menu, because one thing I want to do quickly is check its nature. Then we know exactly what it's getting. Ah, sassy. Now, sadly we're in Gen 3, so this means we can't actually tell on the game itself. We have to actually look at this. Okay, so special. So sassy is special defense up, speed down by the looks of things, which means we'll have a bit better in the special defense, but it means they're more likely going to be going last. Well, never mind all that. Overgrow means that our grass moves will be upped when we're at low health. However, we don't really have that, do we? We have tackle and growl. I've just pressed X is the A button. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button still. Right, anyways. Let us be off onto our adventure. Never mind, Gary fights us. While it's loading into the thing, our first fight! We actually have a higher base stat total. Ooh, that's kind of neat actually. This is because if we compare the stats of each other, we have a better health stat, defense stat, special stats comparatively to Charmander, which does have better physical attack, which might actually be better for this one battle, and is definitely going fast. It has Scratch and Growl. We are both level 5, but at this time, since we don't have since all we have is normal type maneuvers, we don't actually have to think too hard about what we're able to be doing. So yeah. Right, okay, well, we'll look at that more when it comes to other fights. So in comes the Charmander! And of course, in this version of the Kanto, Oak actually spends time talking about how it works. Get your opponent to 0 health before they get you to 0 health. We can even throw down a Growl. This lowers the attack. Simple enough. I like how I'm trying to explain it, but Oak will then explain it as well. So it's like, we've done that, he's done 4 damage to us. That was one Growl, he would have done more than 4. And of course, we need to actually deal damage. And we got a crit! Let's go! A critical hit in this fight on either side could spell disaster for either us or our rival. Thankfully it was on our end that we got the crit and not on his, because that would have been actually really bad. And we got 69 experience. Nice. Level 6! And as you can already see, we're already getting various stats. Now we don't get a maneuver that would be useful for us at this time, but we'll definitely have occurrences in the future. Now, of course, as per usual, while you don't have any Pokeballs, we don't consider any potential encounters on the routes prior to it a thing, because we can talk to these guys here, but they don't really have much going on with them. They just mention how they're Oak's aides. That's all really. And we talk to Oak, he's just like, oh, raise them, but you can raise them to be strong. And it's like, yeah, no shit, we know that. At least I hope we do. Oh yeah, if we press the leg, we can use a burst of time. So, thankfully, Oliver does get healed and gets to be all nicely ready to do adventures, which is lovely. And I'm just pressing the wrong button again, as per usual. Kanto! You know what? Kanto is a fine region. I think it is. I think there's just some aspects of Gen 1 that people will always overblow as like, oh, how dare this exist in the first generation. Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, talking to that guy there gets you a potion, and then upwards we go and at battle. We don't have any Pokeballs yet. We couldn't have any Pokeballs yet. Level 2 Pidgey. encountered, but not to be for us in this instance. If we were playing Pokemon Yellow, we would be forced into Pikachu, and we would basically have to be hoping for several good things. Basically, on the Route 22 encounter, you'd want Nidoran or Mankey. You are guaranteed, if you can counter Pidgey on Route 1 or Route 2, you are guaranteed Caterpie in the Viridian Forest in Yellow, which means all you have to do is easily grind up Caterpie into Metapod and then Butterfree, and you'll have Confusion. A very good move against Box Rock ground types. Physically very good, especially not so good. Ah, we missed. Tackle has that chance of missing. It's always lovely when that happens. But yep, battle is a go. Again. We got a few kills of Pidgeys in the various bits of grass here. Level 7. Simple start-ups, and we get Leech Seed. This will be useful in being able to whittle down an opponent's health. In Gen 1, you would use it alongside Toxic to basically murder every Pokemon. Basically, Gen 1 Venusaur is Nihility in Starwell, basically. Just dot. Anyway, Pokemon Center, heal our Pokemon. Woo. Right. With that, we shall now head to the Pokemon. Because obviously we need Pokeballs, damn it, is what I would be saying, except we have to do the whole parcel stuff first. Darn. We come from Pallet Town, and now we have to go back to Pallet Town. Lovely stuff. Also, for the record, this is the first time I've streamed something on my PC since Cold Steel 4? So not that long ago, actually. Obviously there's the Till We Die stuff I might occasionally do, but like, it's a shame. I had the Doom 2 one recorded like before the hard drive broke, and I made it through Underhalls. I made it through the second level. Maybe I'll have a better version of it in the future then. And I just want to. I'm hunting down a good sense of mod for Fear and Hunger, but then it's like, even then it's like, it's not really a game that you should do. Oh please, it's not like there's anyone that would make their entire channel built around that or anything. Anyways, while we ponder how people can be very wrong on certain factors when it comes to the internet, we give Oak his parcel. And now we get our hands on the Pokédex. Whoopee! And we get 5 Pokeballs, meaning from this point forth we will now be encountering Pokemon. That first encounter on a route will now count. If it's a third Pidgey, then fair enough. If it's a Rattata, then hey, that's not too bad as well. Gary is gonna be like, oh, I'm going to be super great and I'm gonna beat you in everything. Oh, so my sister shouldn't be giving you a map. And it's like, no, okay. So anyway, let's go to Gary's sister and request a map. We don't need the map necessarily, but might as well, just to rub it in Gary's face later. I still had a map, haha, you fucker. Oh, I'm just busting at you a bunch. But anyways, out we go. Now off to more stuff. How is our health doing? Oh, fully health. We're fully healthed still. Good. On Route 1 again. And we encounter the third bloody Pidgey. It's level 2. That's the downside to some of these earlier Pokemon. They're going to be a bit on the... We have to throw a ball now. It quitted as well. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh god. Everyone's deciding to just quit in this situation for whatever reason. 2, 3, catch. We have a new Pokemon! Pidgey's data is added to the Pokédex. Number 16, the tiny Pokemon. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a bird. We have a bird now. Not going to be useful against Brock and his rock types, but it is going to be it's going to be alright against a couple of Pokemon, so it's an additional thing we have now. It's male Pidgey, what do we call it? What do we call it? I've got a name. I don't know what to call it. We're going to call it John. John the Pidgey. Simple enough. Right, okay. Into our Pokemon menu, and yes, it is only on 1 health. We literally put it down to 1 health. And it is oh so sassy. Okay, I see the trend here. We're going to catch sassy Pokemon this game. So, it's all in there. John. Oh yeah, we did. Sorry about that. We should mark that as a victory. Anyway, in Viridian, all the encounters are basically fishing related. Same Pallet Town, so it's like, doesn't matter. We can't do much on that end. What we do get next is Route 22, where we can find Mankeys, Ratters, Spearows, and then everything else will be in the sea. There's also the Route 2 encounter, where we can find Rattata, but we can also find Cappy and Weedle. And of course, Viridian Forest, where there's a chance of more of the same, and also Pikachu. So yeah. So yeah, sassy again. Like, that means it is speed down, sadly. But hey, Kenai, we can, if something's annoying me with like Sand Attack or something, I can just go no with using Pidgey. So you know, we might rely on a couple of Caterpies to just level Pidgey up though. Even though Pidgey won't be useful for the next gym, like, nah, doesn't matter. It's all about making sure things go properly. You know what, I'm just gonna, my team is hurt, I'm just gonna run from the battle this time round, and then we'll, so anyway, Route 22 is the next route we can hop onto, and there is a fight against Blue we can participate in, but his Pokemon are higher level than us, and we don't really have any way of dealing with his team at the moment, but there's not much I can do about it really. More importantly, there is a few things to do here. One is to go to the Pokemon and buy myself more Pokeballs, so in the event that something fucks up in the early game, I can catch more. Anyways, we want ourselves a good, we'll get ourselves a good 10. And then we'll buy ourselves a few antidotes, because Weedles and their Poison Sting is something we don't want to deal with. Because at least if it's paralyzed, I can head back out and use a Pokemon Center without having to worry too much. Versus in the event of Poison, where it's like, you know, there's a chance I die horribly. Anyway, let's head on up to the hidden item, which isn't so hidden in this gen. It's another potion, which, you know, is useful. Anyway, Route 22, let's head over there. This way leads to the Pokemon League. We can't actually get there right now, we'll get stopped at the first checkpoint. Ah. Spearow! It's a female one. I critted again? And that's super effective, that's to be expected. Okay, so Shades of the Sword Nuzlocke, where we're catching a bunch of the early bird Pokemon. And I've got my grass starter. So, yeah, we're gonna have to try and figure this one out, aren't we, a little bit? So anyways, Spearow, a female Spearow. I mean, I like Spearow. It's not the best Pokemon ever, but, you know, it's an enjoyable one. And Keeping with a J-related name, let's call it... I realised I've just put myself in the corner. Nah, so it's Jane. I'll just call it Jane. So we've got John the Pidgey, Jane the Spearwhite. Simple enough. So yeah, gotta sort that out now. Route 22 went to Spearow. Caught, added to the team. It's called Jane. And nature-wise, it is of the nature... If it's sassy again, I'm gonna be... No, adamant! Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, adamant. That... Attack up, special attack down. That's actually kinda nice. I'm just noticing... I might be leaving the mouse on the thing by accident. Oops, daisy. It also has keen eye, so no sound attack shenanigans, but attack up... Special attack down on a Spearow? That's kinda nice, actually. Like, we'll heal it up and we can put it up front against, like, a Caterpie and it'll kill it, like, easily. I'm gonna ignore the fight against Blue. I don't want to do it. At least not under-leveled. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. We do not want that. At least, hey, at least there's no wild area with a clay doll to ruin my day. I suppose it's sort of Nuzlocke, by the way. That clay doll certainly did ruin my day mostly, but thank fuck for Murchop and its usefulness. Anyways, moving away from talking about Sword, let's talk about Fire Red Leaf Green. I think this is a decent remake. It does everything it needs to do correctly. This guy's now had his coffee and notices that we're working on the Pokédex, which means he's going to be all like, oh, show you how to catch a Pokemon. Even though we have caught 2 Pokemon already. So we're just going to watch this guy fumble on a Weedle, or not fumble. I forget whether or not they keep it so that he fumbles. Because from Yellow onwards, they make it so that he fumbles and doesn't get it, so... And because that was their way of patching out the Allman... No, he does catch it. Okay. Well, the Allman glitch doesn't work in Fire Red Leaf Green anyway, so, yeah, not the worst idea. We have to consider whether or not it was actually educational, but we have to get the TTTV. It's a way to try and give you instructions on how to do things in this game, I guess. Anyways, Route 2, and while there are other situations beyond the trees of cuttingness that we can't cut, we'll be probably back onto Route 2 when we've got access to both cut and able to get through Dealer's Tunnel, and we've got our Wat. We have a Wat. No, it's female. No, this should be Jane. Fuck. Well, okay. No sendless reference from me today. Maybe can we not... Yeah, we didn't quit this time, although that does mean that's about half health. I can't, in good conscience, hit it again, so we'll throw the ball now. Go, ball. Yeah! These are the early rounds we'll be catching. So yeah, Rattata was indeed our Route 2 encounter, and we caught it. I'll be on the team. Bites anything when it attacks. Small and very quick. Indeed it is, and it does get some quite nice normal maneuvers. Ah, right, okay, well I can't call it Jane because I've gone and called something else. I called the Spearow Jane. I didn't realise that this could be a possibility. What else exhibits rat-like behaviour name-wise? This Wat makes me think of the name Cheese. That's all. Like, this isn't even like proper. This isn't the proper like actual name. Don't call your child Cheese. I'm just calling it Cheese because I don't know what else to call it, to be fair. We'll check its nature in a second, as I do need to nickname it now. I'm just screwed up on that end. So anyway, its nature is of level 3, so whatever it's Pokemon said and heal it. Gentle. Okay. Okay. It's a gentle rat. It just wants its cheese, damn it. Gentle. Special defense up, special attack down. Well, special attack up, self-defense down. One of the two. It has guts. Okay. So that means we can use the Rattata. Basically, let's say it gets poisoned by a Weedle. It's now going to be stronger. However, it will also be dying, so there's that too, unfortunately. Paralysis just means there's a chance of just not going and you're slower. Same with the burn, like, it's no, like, Guts is a double-edged sword. It's like, hey, you're now doing more damage. Oh, that's good. But you've got a status condition, which none of them are good. No status condition is good to have unless you really don't want to be poisoned or burned, in which case paralysis does help you on that end. And you certainly don't want to be frozen, because that's the recipe for disaster that it is. I might have Pidgey up front for the encounter in Viridian just to see what we get. If it's Pikachu, we'll have to switch. Or maybe I'll keep it with Bulbasaur and then we'll switch if needed to, and if I think it's not going to be able to survive a tackle from a Bulbasaur. Anyway, welcome to Viridian Forest. There's an antidote while you're here. Lovely stuff. Anyways, we can move on over towards some various bits of grass. There's no item there. Trying to remember where items are. Here's the item I was thinking of. There's an item over this direction. And Weedle! Meaning I can get my Beedrill. Yeah! Beedrill, not as good as a Butterfree in some ways, but and we critted again! How many crits are we getting? Although Bulbasaur actually is not a bad option for the forest, because Weedle's poison things can't poison their poison type. That's good. That's a good thing. If we were playing something like Pokemon Yellow, we would not have to worry about poison whatsoever outside of the occasional trainer with the Weedle. But even then, they're trainer Pokemon. You probably have been playing the game optimally at that point. Anyway, we have Weedle now. We've gotten ourselves a nice collection of early game quitters. Another female. Okay, this is fine. I mean, I'm gonna train it to be Beedrill. I think a green would work, but I feel like I'm gonna reuse words again. I know. I'm gonna call it Abby. And if anyone starts referencing Last of Us Part 2, I don't give a shit about Last of Us enough to really care what people think about any character developments that was made in that game. Or even in the live action, which is apparently now airing. I know it's because those chuds will be doing their usual bullshit. So anyways, nature-wise, it is impish. Okay. Right, so yeah. First of all, Viridian Forest, Weedle, Court, in our party. So we got our gaggle of catches. We've gotten every encounter we can up to Brock. So yeah, with that done, what we want to do now is grind a little bit. So defense up, special attack down. I don't know if we'll actually get our hands on any special attacks, but we have Shield Dust, which prevents added effects. That's the description. There's certainly a description of time. Anyway. Hey, Pokeball! Lovely. It's another Weedle. So as you can see, we can't just outright one-shot all the time. At the end of the day, Bulbasaur is probably more suited for special attacks. But, you know, it's a starter at the end of the day. Starters are meant to be better. Well, meant to be good for the main story at the very least. Now, I am playing Leaf Green, so I don't know if that alters the encounter rate of it to be more Weedly or more Caterpie. Either way, let's go back to the Pokemon Center. We'll heal Weedle up, and then we yeah, I'm gonna definitely grind a little bit, probably. just because it's Gen 1. I can't, Gen 3, but Kanto. So I can't just utilize the experience share anymore. Yeah. See, yeah, if this was a modern game, we'd be just being able to use the experience share. I'd go for the trainers for my strongest Pokemon, and we'd get our hands on better Pokemon through it, but basically what I'm hoping for is while we're in Viridian Forest, we just encounter like a bunch of Metapods and I just get to murder them. I will figure out what the fast forward button is on this fucking emulator because it's not the same as any other one that I've used before. Then we'll try and get our hands on not dying horribly in the process. We'll figure this all out. So yes, I actually do want to swap to like Spearow for a moment and see how that fares. If we encounter a Pokemon that I'm going to be like towards, then you know, or hell, maybe I'll like beat up all the trainers first and then start grinding because we need things other than Bulbasaur in the event of say like a critical hit that kills. You know, we can't rest on our laurels and be like, oh yeah, this will be fine. Like, the fact that we do need to grind is a good thing in some aspects. There's an item over here. Whoopee! It's a potion. See, this is the thing. We're claiming a nice amount of potions, actually. Well, we'll not go too far up the forest just yet. I want Spearow leveled. Kakuna. That works too. As long as they don't come along with Poison Sting, I don't care. No, unfortunately, the Cocoon Pokemon do have that, well, Kakuna and Metapod, they do have Harden, which at a point in the game where we do not have access to any amounts of the special maneuvers, we are kind of stuck with just our physical attacks, so... But Charmander in gen... Is it this game where Charmander's able to get like Melclaw, like, not too hard? And it just makes it so that you can grind very effectively off of the bugs here. But yeah, me doing this with Spearow first and foremost will be the easiest job because it's got Peck. Like, this will be easily obtained to be better. And Weedle. We are finding just the Weedle line at the moment. Now we're going to... No, never mind, we're not going to see whether or not we're going to get poisoned straight away because String Shot, which may or may not mean that it will go fast this time. Yes, it does. Okay. And we get poisoned! Yippee! That's a positive. I want maybe to... Brock has as his highest level 14 with Onix. Has got Walk 2 in this game. They actually gave him Walk 2. That actually is nice. That's actually a real good stab, actually. Fucking hell. Right, Caterpie. Caterpie. If you encounter Caterpie first, you'll be able to get your hands on a Butterfree, and that's the way to stop Butterfree from being useful. Okay. Well, that means my birds are even more useless against the Onix. But hey, you know, I like the fact that there's this item because it clearly means that this Spearow is going to be more effective in the overall physical capabilities that it can have. So now we gotta do this whole quiz. It's a shame. So topics. WrestleMania weekend is nearly upon us, actually. So, you know, I'm excited, as per usual. I like wrestling, I like WWE, I think it's fun. I think there's certainly been some mistakes in the build to Mania. Some which the internet has stated, some which I don't think they've stated as much. I think, people are certainly going to go a specific route when it comes to talking about Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, no matter what. They're going to most likely, after the match happens, they're going to be going, oh, the match was good, but man, do we need to see Charlotte on our TV? That's what they're going to say, and it's going to be like, oh, come on. You admit a match was good and then say something bad about the people who make a good match? Hello. Behold, Pikachu. What's the rules? That simple. If a Pokemon faints, it's dead. I have to then like either put it in a box or just straight up release, depending on whether I want the space or not. I can only catch the first encounter on the route, so we've gotten every encounter we can up towards before block, as we physically can't catch in the towns due to those being fishing rod or surf required. And Pikachu keeps using bloody Growl, so Leech Seed is actually going to be really useful here. Yes, game, you've repeatedly used Growl. This is going to take a while, or I could just run. And I know there's a lot of times where people. Right on, what's a great game to play? Good luck. Nuzlocke wise, I think Gen 8 is great for Nuzlocke. But honestly, like, Pokemon Sword was a much easier time than I thought it'd be. Considering how bad Violet went. And we're paralysed! Yay! I should have paralysed here. Oh, damn it. Pokemon Sword is... Like, I think, honestly, Nuzlocke wise, this is like... On stream, this is the third one. That's why I've got the thing on the save being Nuzlocke 3. Off stream, I've done one of Crystal, and it went rather well. But I know that people do things like level caps, or like don't over level your Pokemon, which, yeah, fair enough. I do agree on it to some extent. Like, don't over level your Pokemon to such an extent where it means like, oh, well, of course your Pokemon aren't going to die. You spent 10 hours grinding your Squirtle to be level 30 before the first gym. Of course it's going to easily beat Brock's Pokemon. Like, that I think is fair enough. Don't overlevel too much. I obviously will overlevel potentially a little bit, but that's just me personally. I like to have maybe an advantage here or there. Hell, sometimes I end up under leveled and still do well anyway. And I understand there are some people that like to do the whole, oh, you can't use items in battle, you can't use Pokemon centers, you can't use moves that are super effective, you can't use good ones, anything over specific base stat total. And it's just like, ugh. Sometimes I think that there is a point where it's just like, is this a challenge, or do you need to find something other than Pokemon to play, you know? Because, I mean, like, I will think that at some point, if you keep adding on more and more rules to how you play Pokemon, the more and more likely I'm going to shove SMT Strange Journey into your face. That is my opinion on people being too big on the challenge aspect. And thanks for the luck. Wishing me luck on this. Well, we'll see how it goes, you know? One failure, one success, that's not a bad thing. I'll try and refrain from saying how previous Nuzlocke's gone too much, because I do kind of like the idea of people watching them for themselves and seeing and all that. Don't poison. Ah, poison. Well, there's not much I can do when I get poisoned, other than antidotes. Oh, pardon me. And for the record, ladies and gentlemen, at the present moment, update on the sleep schedule. I am falling asleep at 5 in the evening. I am then proceeding to wake up at 11 at night. Do the maths on the amount of hours I'm getting to sleep, and yeah, I don't want to stream immediately, so I'm trying to sort out a bunch of stuff. Nope, wait, this is the wrong menu. We can't do that in this game. I've been playing too many of the modern generations, as you can tell when I'm trying to do things that you can't do back in Gen 3. Yippee! But this is why we have antidotes. So our Spearow is not, going to die. Anyway, this trainer here is a bug catcher. Viridian Forest is full of bug catchers, so of course that means fighting more bug Pokemon. And maybe an occasional Pikachu. But it was good that we leveled up Spearow, because let's face it, we're fighting a Weedle. But we one-tried it! Haha! Having said this, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna grind some of the other Pokemon up. Because at the end of the day, if I use something like Deodex on my phone, we can actually assess the situation at hand a lot better. Peck, that should be fine. All game 5 Level 7! Leveling up a Rattata in Generation 3 nets us Hyper Fang at level 13, which, that's going to be a really good move to have. Normal type move, so we can't use it on ghost types, but base 80. 80 base power. At level 13, Rattata's actually not a bad Pokemon. Honestly, there are plenty of Pokemon in this. There are plenty of Pokemon in the series where it's like people will always be like, "Ooh, it's bad," and there's definitely people online that will either go through the lens of things like competitive, where yeah, of course, you're not going to use certain Pokemon in competitive. That it would be a death sentence. Or you're using them in a gimmick format because it's the best option really due to the gimmick at play. Something like a monotype team, you're specifically using Pokemon that have a specific type, so some aspects change because of it. You could always just blame Poketubers and be like, oh, you see, a Poketuber said that this Pokemon's bad, therefore every single person on the internet powereds the same opinion, and oh, how dare they? It's like, which Poketuber says that you can't use Butterfree in Gen 1? Butterfree is a good option in Gen 1 before you get your hands on literally any actual Psychic type. Whether that be Abra, Drowsy, Mr. Mime, Free Trade. Like, it baffles me on that front. Because there is definitely a level of foolishness to go, every Pokemon's good. Like, no, some Pokemon are designed to not be as useful in the main story. It's just how it is. But if you're only looking at the main story, then yeah, some Pokemon won't have their uses. But then you're never going to actually appreciate the Pokemon that have more to them. I just pressed Leaf Seed and I don't remember if Leaf Seed works. Oh no, it does work. I'm just being dumb. I should really be using Leaf Seed more often, really. Because I will at least counteract some of the poison Sting's attack. Because at the end of the day, it is still stab, even though it is weak. Poison Sting is just a weak move overall. So, you know. Also, this is a good way to test to see if this emulator bloody works, which means, hey, you know what? That Gen 3 playthrough that I've been hinting at maybe doing some point in the future, as that's the, specifically Emerald. Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, the home region as a whole is the region I have had the least experience with, other than Unova. And the only reason why I can say that Unova's the one with the least amount of experience, as like in terms of like least experience, number one's Unova, number two's Hoenn, is because I have played Alpha Sapphire. Like, some Alpha Sapphire. Ooh, I don't know if I should risk. You know what? Yeah, let's risk it. Let's switch over to Rattata and see if this Kakuna has things other than Harden. Well, maybe it just has Harden, in which case, let's go, attack time. Or we could waste time just using all our tail whips while it uses Harden, and then we'd just be here forever. Like idiots. I'm gonna break me X key. I'm gonna break me X key. I'm gonna break my X key. I'll never get on Elon's site again. I don't even want to be on that site anyway. So while we're slowly killing this Kakuna, randomly, just the family member just discussing right behind me about how like, oh, the logistics of getting to some other family member's wedding. That's happening soon, and it's like, yeah, no, don't really have the logistics to be able to do so. And even then, it's like, oh, Chris might have gone invited, and it's just like, no, probably not. I've probably maybe set that bridge on fire a little bit, but at some point, at least in my head, I have. And more importantly, even if they did, I think they know I'm not really like going to a grand ceremony, seeing people getting married. I'm not the kind of person that you'd invite to a wedding, just out of respect of like, oh no, they don't like crowds of strangers like that. Oh, let's not do that. I think that became more blatant when I keep relating to Bernadette and firing three houses too much. I tail whip. Why did I not do that first? Oh, actually, yeah, we can do that. We can do a tail whip. Besides, it might go for a string shot anyway, in which case it won't happen. Yeah, I went for a string shot first. Haha! Although that does mean we are potentially now slower. It's always that dichotomy, really. Like, I'm glad that there's plenty of ways to like highlight, even in the early game, of like, hey, these Pokemon, they have ways of slowing you down, so they go fast. That could mean that they could inflict damage before you. And like, hey, you have this Pokemon, it has this move that lowers their defense. It makes it so that you're more likely to kill them before they kill you. It's a good dichotomy. It's such a simple formula. Anyway, level 5 on the ladder. Maybe level 6 even. Since everyone's set, that means I'm gonna have to do the good old switch. I'm gonna switch to Pidgey. No, not Pidgey, Spearow. I'm gonna switch to Pidgey and then watch as it dies because it's 6 levels lower. Thankfully, with Caterpie, it is a case of it having only a normal type maneuver. Versus the... I mean, I'm not sure which generation it is when it first gained access to it, but of course there was a point where it had access to Bug Bite if you leveled it up in a higher amount. So actually we can check here. Does it get Bug Bite in this gen? No, it does not. Okay, it's a later gen then. I'm thinking of. Or maybe it was an earlier gen and they stopped doing that. Who knows? Anyway, that's right to the level 6. Lovely stuff. And Spearow to get some explosion. Onwards we go towards the next day of the game. Ah, shit. Oh, pardon me, it's a weirdo. Obviously, it does bear pointing out that I'm not sure if Pursuit is available on any Kanto Pokemon at this point. So I have no clue whether or not I'm going to end up getting screwed over at any time in the near future by me trying to switch out. But then again, I'm trying to think which Pokemon would have Pursuit, even if it even exists in Gen 3. Like this is my knowledge just dying on me. That even this, where I've already thought about my experience with like Firewed on an emulator on a tablet that's long dead. And it's like, yeah, it was a fun time, but I don't remember too much. So. And again, it's Gen 1. If you've played one Kanto game, you've played them all. And I have. I've got the Let's Go playthrough on the channel. I've got many hours put into Pokemon Yellow. On my 3DS, so honestly, I'm a little sad that I'm probably gonna end up having to wait to be able to get my hands on the Switch 2 in a way. It means that there is a percentage chance that I just end up being one of the poor saps who ends up having to do a, hey guys, look, it's Pokemon Legends CA, but in the Switch 1, and then we find out exactly what people were meaning by how, oh, look shit, and that's your playing Switch 2, if that's a thing. Oh, yeah, okay, this person is a trainer. Okay, good. I was thinking a second, weird. Would this one be a trainer? Nah, Metabod. Well, it looks like you're getting a nice bit of experience today. There's no point in me tail whipping. There's just no point. That's the thing, when the only move they do means it's pointless to do something on your end, it's just like, nah. Honestly, I know my latest actual proper upload outside of just me playing games on the stream is very much just me just saying fuck you to some people, but it's like I feel justified in saying it because the people who the media seem to be focusing on celebrating are the people who want to erase other human beings' existence. And I keep getting told that you should just let people still invest time and money in enjoying something like Harry Potter. And I'm like, no. Yes, J.K. Rowling's a millionaire. She's gonna have all that money anyway. But still, if you actively go online and keep hyping up the things J.K. Rowling makes, you're validating her being like, see? The people love me no matter what I do. You know? It rewards shitty behaviour. And I just think that's wrong. You know what? This is another Metapod. I'm going to switch to Pokemon that could use the experience a little bit. Like Weedle. Weedle could use some experience. Maybe going against level up now would be a good idea. Pidgey might be the one that I'd just be like, nah. And then it's going to be like the only one left alive after a horrible accident. Who knows? So yeah, we might be here a while. Maybe this is time for me to check the how fast forward works. I can press Shift Tab for it. Hey, we poisoned it. Okay. So that's how that works. That was a bad idea. Just the noise of it. Just we poisoned it, and that's what matters. Which means, thankfully, this isn't taking an ice age. Oh, it's gonna take a while anyway. No, it has shed skin. God damn it. It means our poisons don't last, sadly. But we did it! We killed the Metapod! Yeah, Abby's leveled up. We just need to get it high enough to become Kakuna, then it can probably face things other than Kakunas and Metapods. And more importantly, being able to face off against Pokemon that it probably would spend the time not having as much fun against. Woo! Another Weedle. We are encountering Weedles up the wazoo today. Thankfully, with Quick Attack, String Shot is completely useless. Like, seriously, like, yippee, we succeed. Oh, I clicked out the thing. I need to remember that. I need to remember to stop doing that. Oh, great. All my habits when I'm playing on the Switch or the Xbox is just completely null and voided here. Anyway, if we go over this way, there's another item. A potion. Lovely to have. Since this is the first actual full-on dungeon of the game, it makes sense that we would have to have a load of potions here, there, everywhere. Right, okay, there is one more trainer. Let's us, might be worth us healing the very least Bulbasaur. Then we can switch to Bulbasaur if we decide to, or because we have to. I really am wasting time. Oh! Wild Battle, and it's a Caterpie, level 4. We always gotta keep our eye out for in the event of shiny, because that just means additional Pokemon, and we can always Well, I mean, it's an emulator. I'm probably not going to really care too much about it as much, but something on like with Sword, where it's like the execute. It's like, oh, I can put that in Pokemon Home. I can then transfer it to Gen 9, maybe even later generations. Who knows? And that's fine. That works. That's not a bad thing. This might be. We'll quick attack for the moment. We'll just. Yeah. Okay. It's going for string shot. It missed. So yeah. Here's the time. We win. This one was a simple one. Stab, quick attack, stab, hyper fang. This is what Gen 5. People hype up and people hype up how disastrous the Ferris wheel fight is. Welcome to the other part of World 2. People will always hype up various parts of Gen 5. It's like, yeah, fair enough. I don't know why I haven't bought to play it. I need to find get my hands on a thing, a DS emulator. And we may see here on the Pokemon Center itself, inside the Pokemon Center, a Jigglypuff. No, no matter what generation, I'm always doing that. That's another Jigglypuff. I need more Pokemon plushies. But I do not have the money for it, so I'm not going to do so. And I don't desire to start a fund for it, because that would be very bad. It would be very, very, very bad for me to do that as a thing. Please, people, give me money so I can have more Pokemon plushies to show off. That doesn't sound the wisest. We can get repels now. That could be useful, but not in the moment. Right. Okay, we're at Pewter. We're at Pewter. Great news about this. It means that we are at the first gym. Yippee! It took us an hour. Now, the more important factor is, of course, our team. Sure, Rat is level 8, that's not too bad. A couple more levels and that will be fine for the time being. Obviously, normal is not so good because what's resistance to it, and my flying types are not so good because Onyx can just rock throw. Same with Weedle. But at the same time, it's probably a good idea to get some levels going, so it is now time for us to start the grind fest. Now, Bulbasaur will level up a little. We'll level Bulbasaur up to the point where it has Fine Whip, so that I'm not going to be rummaging around being like, oh god damn it, where's me super effective move, damn it. Because once that will be the first step, and it'll be the easiest step. Then it's also a case of getting Pidgey up higher, like definitely. I think some of the Pokemon will stop at like level 10ish, and it's like, here they are as backup in the event I need it. More than anything else, you know? The bird specifically, Beedrill, obviously we want Weedle up high enough level to evolve into Beedrill. Then it can be useful in the party for various means. It's going for the tail whip. That is not the best thing actually. It means ideally I should probably growl it. Yeah, I'm going to growl. Potentially. Or, you know, start tackling it myself and and this is why you might want to use Footy in Forest, because at least then it's the Pokemon there, which are sure probably weaker overall, but they're the bug types that are easy to beat, and occasional Pikachu. So yeah, let's do that a bit. Besides, with something like Pidgey, I can just switch into Spearow for the flying aspect. I just have to be cautious when it comes to some of these, and yeah, Pikachu. It's Pikachu. It's using that good old growl, it is. Woo! Critical hit! Kind of would have liked the health actually, but... And at level 10, it learns Fine Whip, meaning I don't necessarily need to do much more actually. With Bulbasaur. We'll keep it in the wings for when I need to switch to it, potentially. So yeah, Pidgey. Yeah, Pidgey's level 2, we need to get it leveled up. That's the thing. There is no point in me having a level 2 Pidgey. I would be better off without it at that point. But you know, that's just how it is. It kind of sucks in a way that this is how you do it. I think the quality of life of that Universal Experience share, in my opinion, I do think that Gen 6 and Gen 6's XP share was the correct way to do it. Have it be so that it is, yeah, like a Universal XP share. But also give us the option to just turn it off. That way those people that want to have the challenge of having to spend, if there's people that want to spend more time having to grind because they have to individually have Pokemon involved in the battle more often, instead of them just being like in the 5th slot, not doing anything for half an hour, but still leveling up to a point where they're usable. You can do that, you know? I think that's just the way to do it. And meanwhile, me and all the sensible people can just be like, no, we're just gonna not. Besides, if we keep getting Kakunas and Metapods, then Pidgey can just get all the experience to itself, which will be lovely. Oh, that's a good one. Oh. Just the Weedle this time. Weedles we can switch to Bulbasaur for, really. It's just the safest bet, because then I don't have to use up all my antidotes, and I don't end up having to worry as much about the whole poison in general. And a little bit more experience for Bulbasaur isn't a bad thing at the end of the day. Maybe I do need to like check, see like maybe Leaf Green's more likely to get Weedle, because we've seen a lot of Weedles. I will admit. We're critting again! Why am I getting so many critical hits? What the hell? And yeah, like 14 XP from that. That is pitiful. It's another Weedle! I'm just gonna tackle. Besides, it's string throwing at the moment, so. 2 past 4. Good lord, I am up at night at the moment, and I am not the biggest fan of that. I am actually not a night person, believe it or not. I prefer being up during the day. I think that might be something that's affecting me a little bit actually in terms of some things. No! We missed on the tackle! Thankfully we didn't get poisoned. That's a good thing. That's at level 4 now. That was a good thing. Oh, pardon me. Uh, 1-8 health, and we do that much damage on a tackle, and it does too. Okay. We should be fine, because it's probably going to string shot at least once. Yeah, we're fine. Barring a critical hit. But I seem to not be as bad with that. No, my string shot again. I seem to be doing quite fine on not jinxing myself. So, yeah. And, I should probably maybe make a community post, but I'm going to be a bit busier next week in general. So if there's less streams overall wise, that's the reason. I'm just going to be busy. It tends to happen sometimes, occasionally, where I'll just suddenly be busier. I'm gonna have to switch. Pidgey is in a state of I have to switch now at all times. Unless I want to use potions more. It's a little hard to really want to be switching to other Pokemon when it comes to Weedles. I like poisons thing. Like, if it just didn't have a chance to poison, it'd be so much easier to switch to the white Pokemon. I want to get more experience on naturally. But, you know, it is what we get. Hey, level 5! They chose to mean Sand Attack. Sand Attack! It lowers accuracy, which actually is a good thing on our end, because that means the enemy is less likely to hit us. But on the opponent's end, it's actually a little bit on the bad side, because it means that I will then not be able to hit, and the less likely I'm hitting, the more likely I'm going to die horribly, and that would never be good ever. I think in a Caterpie vs Weedle situation, I think Caterpie wins unless you get good on the poison. Like, this is the thing, I like Beedrill more, but I think Butterfree is better in the first gen. Just because it gets confusion. Like, that's the sole reason. If Butterfree didn't get confusion, I'd be like, yeah, the early bugs, do what you can with them, but they're going to peter out quite quickly. You're not really going to be able to do much more with them. And all that. Oh boy, we're on a Weedle situation. This one, either we're tied on speed or... Oh god. Okay, let's test out 10 times fast forward. I don't feel like it's 10 times, to be honest. That sounded horrible again. We're gonna be here forever if I... Oh, God. I mean, our only hope is... I think I did quit us at these points. My only hope is that... Oh, yeah, we quit. Oh, thank goodness. Our only real hope is that it decides to string shot a bunch. We're on 8 health, so that means we can get Poison Instinct 8 more times. Well, 7 more times, and then we'll bad shit. Hey, String Shot! It's being a fool! I want the experience on the Pokemon itself. This is entertaining. I'm excited for the Nintendo Classics, for the GameCube Classics, once the supposed XC Gale Darkness Coliseum appear on there, because I'll happily play them, because I've never played them before, and I've heard that they've got some good stuff to them. I wouldn't be remiss to do that. I don't want to go the direction of fan games, is what I'm saying. I want to be able to play the official stuff first and foremost. I do worry sometimes that that I funnel myself into just doing Pokemon. It's why you see me do other things. Because while I am a big fan of Pokemon, I do like playing other games now. And I think restricting yourself to just one game is never a good idea. Because if people get bored of the game you're playing, and you solely only play that game. So let's say like people get bored of Fortnite. If you're solely playing Fortnite, you better be fucking entertaining. Because there's only not going to be watching you to play Fortnite anymore. That's the sort of logic that you've got to be careful of. Right, okay, I think we'll encounter like 1 or 2 Pokemon with Spearow and then head back to the Pokemon Center. Because they're carriers. Simple enough. Wait then. Actually, we might just carry on, actually. We can keep going on for level 8, maybe towards level 9. Because if we're just going to keep... Yay! Canopy after canopy after canopy. Or Caterpie. No, that's only Caterpie! This one actually got a hit it, because I didn't kill it. Has actually a decent enough defense to live. Bastard. Level 8. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Just hit. Pokemon. It's so fun. Why do people hate Pokemon so much? There's the popular aspect to it, where it's just like, yeah, it's popular. You're just gonna get hatred. Anything popular gets hated upon. Anything popular. Like, I do that to pop music. So, name a song on the charts currently, and I'll say, oh, I hate it. Just because I seem to have this weird hate bone on it. Or maybe no, I don't actually know. Actually, no. Me 10 years ago would have. Me now, less so. I've mellowed out on going, oh, pop music's bad. Like, no. No, I just want to be a fucking massive contrarian hipster as per usual. At that point in time. Like, seriously, I'm not big or hard for being able to go, ah yes, what do I listen to all day? Why, of course, I listen to something that no one's ever heard of. No, what's something that's obscure that I listen to? I think there isn't actually. There probably is not anything obscure that I can't really listen to. There's the Pikachu. I should have expected that at some point. Bulbasaur. I think we could have stopped the battle actually. But I was waiting going for the Bulbasaur. Pardon me. Ah, static! Ah, because it makes contact. Ah. This is Gen 3, so grass is still just purely special. Normal's purely physical. Flying's purely physical. Fire's special. Water's special. Poison's physical. I think Ghost is special. Dragon might be special. Ice is special. There's quite a few instances of fighting is physical 100%. Rock's physical, so it's ground. So, Gen 4 is such a weird situation where it's just like, wow, this Pokemon's quite good physically. Why the fuck is it 2 special types? It cuts, and it's just like, yeah, man, you can't really utilize its stabs correctly. Maybe it's a way of balancing it, like, yes, it's not the most optimal move ever, but it doesn't need to. Right, okay, let's switch back over to Needle. Let's get to work on this whole hoo-ha. Bam, 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 bam. Actually, yeah, if I use Poison Sting, if I poison, that'd be good. Honestly, Pokemon Health Bars have always not been the best to decipher. Like, it's basically just they're in the green, which means they're above 50%. They're in yellow, which means they've gone about low 50% to mid for like the part of the 7.5, and then red means they're in danger. Oh, we may be able to kill them quite easily. Oh, look out! There's danger currently ongoing. Danger, danger! I rolled it. Well, this was certainly the encounter. one of the encounters of all time. Certainly a encounter of time. Not even, maybe not the best, but it's the quick experience track is nice for a Pokemon that you only get using the early levels anyway. Alright, I'm just switch to so I'll find this noise. I am not spending an hour fighting a Weedle with a Weedle. Is there anything interesting currently on my road? No. There is not. There's people making fun of others, as per usual. People finding ways to try and do shit to make it so that I have to then bleach my eyeballs out. And that's about it. As per usual. Only 14 XP because it's a week. I needed to become Kakuna, and then I needed to become Breedrill. I can switch to other Pokemon than Bulbasaur though, at this conjunction, so like I can switch to Cheese and quick attack it. And then, yeah, you know. Switch training! It's so fun, isn't it? I'm not buying the Magikarp for this purpose alone. This reason alone, because it'll just be nightmarish. Hey guys, time for me to spend an hour grinding a fucking Magikarp so I can have a Gyarados. Like, nah, I'd rather kanto grass. Because I'm gonna go off the tracker for encounters at times sometimes, so you know. They like to put certain things on specific routes, even if it's like, hang on, but this is something that you just thought I'd get. So, here's what it is, you know? Oh, we're almost level 6! Whoopee! Do you fritting me, bastard cat? There we go. I mean, at least it has more health now, I guess. Maybe this is why maybe we could utilize some of the other Pokemon on Route 2. Even on Route 2, there's a chance of just getting khakis and all that. It's a Pikachu. Pika. Motherfuckers. Pika. Fine, Rip Bulbasaur. We whip the Pikachu and we reap the Pika. We whip the Pika. We whip the Pika. I don't know what I'm doing. My mind has slowly decided it's going to descend into madness. If only we could not have to deal with that. At the end of the day, it's because the sting is gonna take 10 years. Yeah, I'm gonna bore myself out. I need something to talk about. Oh yeah, the last thing I was talking about earlier. That's something worth actually. I personally am of the opinion that the card looks good. It's weird that they've omitted the SmackDown Tag Title match, or of any caliber. you'd think with how it's been getting built up on SmackDown that it would be a Mania card, but I guess not. I guess they don't want too many tag team matches in either night, which it's why in my opinion it's weird to have so many tag belts. It's weird to have so many titles if you're not going to have them on the big, like something like Mania. All the belts should be on the line. I agree that Mania shouldn't be 20 billion hours long, but that's a charm of the fact that it's 2 nights. You can get away with having them be long, of having overall Mania being a longer event without the issue of people having to be there for 12 hours. Now again, some diehards aren't allowed to complain anymore. They willingly sit through longer shows sometimes, and it's just like, phew. And it's always the same argument of, oh, anything that's super long is bad. It's just like, Lord of the Rings Special Edition, you try marathoning through them all in one night, you're not doing that. You're not going to be able to succeed. Why am I going to look back? You're not going to be able to succeed on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I know. I may or may not have binged them several hundred times as a child. Because they're damn good films, Lord of the Rings films are. Damn good trilogy of films. And say anything otherwise would be blasphemous. It's level 3, we're double the level, but we're at half health. So, we're at half the health, doesn't really matter. Oh gosh, oh, we're about halfway there. No, I was worried about poison so much, and I think we've only had it happen like once. And we're not getting it for a second time. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, this is gonna take its time. This bit is boring part. Oh boy! Well, I'm gonna poison sting until I run out of poison stings. But how's everyone's day been so far? Whether it's been a full day and you've got to go to bed or you've just woken up. At the end of the day, we must all agree that it certainly is a day that exists. Friday the 18th. Oh. People on our side Mass Effect pondering whether their Reapers would be worse than the Flood from Halo. And it's like, one's a Hive 9 that's very zombie-esque in a way. The other is the Reapers, and it's like, they probably try and, since the Flood is a spacefaring race, they would probably try and get rid of them during the cycle. But, I don't know. 2 different universes, I think that's the way to go about it, but if I'm being hypothetical, probably the Reapers would be worse. mic's picking up the many clips I'm doing. Like, I'm just spamming the X key right now. Oh boy. I'm just gonna shrink more and more in the webcam while we do this. Will we be able to kill the Kakuna with our Weedle? How much we got? 13. There's no way it's got 13 more health. We know how much health a Kakuna at level 5 should have. Come on, Weedle, do your job. What I would do for a critical hit. It's nothing because we. Oh no, that was worth it because hey, level 7, yippee! Finally, we can say this. It's evolving. Kakuna. Yippee! This took way too much longer than it should have. It's now learned Harden. We can also see that its stats are now still relatively shite. Now it's just a little bit more defensive. That's all. Oh yeah, how much space does it need? We now gotta go now for another 160 to get to level 8, and now however many more for level 9, and however many more for level 10. And everything besides Pidgey is taking quite a slacking at this point, so we'll swap over to the Pidgey for the moment, and we'll start making our way out of here. Actually not, we'll kind of let the Pidgey in, and then we'll head up to Does at least a Pidgey, like, boom, tackle, does damage. Fuck. We have been poisoned. If I say it wrong, the poison is more talking about fish at that point. I have to release my mouth for speaking French. Well, at least we get closer to the level up. So we have antidotes, but this is what it looks like when we try walking about with without using an antidote. We get a nice visual effect. I have 5 antidotes. It'd be foolish of me not to use an antidote for fuck's sake. At least then we're guaranteed to not die while making to the Pokemon Center. Let me heal. Bam, bam, bam. Pardon me. Alright, let's go on fighting with some of these things about to cut down the time. We are fighting a Pidgey that has Sand Attack. Now, since we have Keen Eye, that means it's wasting its time. It's trying to load it, actually thinking that's the best option. Or RNG. It's not counting Keen Eye. Oh, there's a tackle. Sometimes I worry about the AI. Look. Right. I'm faster again. One thing might be the case is that I'm gonna need to eat probably real soon or something, because I've been up for several hours and I haven't eaten I've eaten next to nothing so far today. So I'm probably maybe on the hungry side a little bit. And I'm not about be holding bowls of cereal up and down flights of stairs, so I'm probably gonna at least fight Brock. I'm gonna fight Brock, like hands down. Like the thumbnails highlight, like what I'm trying to do with the thumbnails is highlight something that's definitely ongoing, or a universal figure just like, oh look, it's 3 houses, yee, and then things coming to said houses because I'm being mean to them. But level 7 now with Pidgey. See, this is going a lot quicker when it gives me actual good amount of experience. And we're using a stab maneuver that has an actual decent base power to it for the point of the game we're in. Now the downside, of course, of the ones that don't have sound attack is that they are going to tackle. There's nothing to do about it. Doesn't mean we've actually gotten real close to level 8 on Pidgey real quick all of a sudden. Has its uses, you know? Notice the issue that it's actually not worth using sound attack because... Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, what the... That's... Well, I was... I am really annoyed at myself now. So I was like, oh, it's not worth doing much more than just tackling because there's a chance it has Keen Eye and... Well... That's this thing, but anyway. Yep. Had a death. This wouldn't be... It just wouldn't be Christopher Nuzlocke without a death early on. Well... This sucks, in a way. And this is the thing, I can't just go, oh, I'll grind off strength, because that would defeat the purpose. I could easily cheat, and then be like, oh yeah, I spent like 10 hours grinding, and then it's like, oh, level 100. For the evolved Pokemon. Yeah, just a few hours. Anyway, let's go sweep the gym. Look, like, that just wouldn't be on, you know? So... I'm relying on getting through this. I want Water to be higher level, so I can use it when Bulbasaur's not the best option. Spearow's going to be useful. Beedrill can do stuff. I just need it to actually be able to do things. Oh god. You know what makes some Nuzlockes actually entertaining to watch? I think it is when you've got like, say, it's like on a channel where it's like multiple people, so it's like you can have a bunch of banter occurring while the more tedious boring parts occur. And I think that's something that is missing from me doing this stuff. I need to find people to play with, damn it. That would want to stream with me. Or record even. You know. And it's like, it's a good opportunity. Alright, getting through this madness. Yeah, like, yeah. Experience is slowly becoming more and more just not going through properly in terms of just being like consistently. So, we'll get birds to 10, we'll work on getting Spirit to 10. That's the only issue with it, really, is that I'm trying to think when I would use Beedrill. Like, actually use it. Because Bug is not the best, offensively speaking. What does Beedrill actually do? That would make it useful. Even though it gets Fury Attack, Twin Needle Rage, level 30 Pursuit, Pin Missile, Agility level. Okay, so that's actually, it's not too bad actually. Oh, like, what it got is not bad, it's just the Pokemon that's on. Questionable part really. There comes the Weedle. I guess because we're still able to end up encountering like level 2 Pokemon, level 3. So, just on the level aspect, it's just more nuisance than we would like to admit. Well, I'd like to admit. I don't know why I said we. Alright, that's the Rat level 10. That will be. We'll do Rat to outside of Switch training. Even then, like. It's like. So, like, we got this level 5 Fighter, for example. Tackle, still about 3 damage. We have Poison Sting. We actually get the poison off. That's good. Goes for Tail Whip, which means I did eventually go for Hardened just to counteract it. That was 1 defense down. While it dies from poison, I have to actively heal. It fucking crits, of course it fucking does! Just to... Really just... no, that's good. I'm gonna put Pidgey in. Ooh, pardon me. Alright, you know what? Sod it. Let's fight Brock. If I need to switch Pokemon when I'm fighting other trainers, I can. Of course, before Brock, there's a person here that's all like, "Wow, you're many, many light years away. Ah, they're not going to be fighting Brock that easily." Sorry for me, that means I have to waste some fine whips. Super effective damage, what do you do? Whoopee! And Sandshrew, no. It's Sandshrew. I'm going to be on 7 fine whips for Brock. Well, the Geodude's 4 times weak, so is the Onyx, and we're level 12, so yeah, we're below the cap, but it's Brock. If we were to be respecting the level cap, then I've managed to do that. But we will tend to probably not. It's just what we decide on doing, really. Our first gym leader, Brock. And his Geodude and Onyx. In terms of analysis, yeah, Bulbasaur. In terms of the actual shenanigans that can occur, well, tackle on the Geodude and the various stuff on the Onyx. Worst case scenario is Fine Whip running out on the Onyx, but I doubt it. And also, Rock Throw just like obliterating me or something, I don't know. But yeah, like, Bulbasaur is going to be our strongest forward there. It's going for tackle, which makes sense, and yep, one shot and Fine Whip. Easy time. See, all that time I was spending grinding the other Pokemon up, and I'm wasting my time, I think. And it allows us to use Flash outside of battle, but that's not the point. The point was we needed to get our hands on so we can carry on with. Anyway, we get Rock Tomb from this TM instead of in Gen 1 where you get Bide with fucking things. So in reality, we've actually got a decent move we could teach a Pokemon potentially. It would basically be solely to tackle flying types, but it would be not a bad thing. So anyway, yeah, let's just heal up our Bulbasaur. Doot. No. And yeah, my stomach's hurting a bit. I'm getting hungry. I need to eat food. So I'll leave off there for now. Next time, oh yeah, I mark victory. Next time will be. Yeah, that is my active team. I don't know why it's saying that it's not. Oh, whatever. We did it, we beat Brock. Anyway, on our way to the next gym, we'll be having, next time, will be Route 3, Route 4, Mount Moon, and Cerulean City itself is a route that we can't actually encounter anything on. But Mount Moon, there's a good couple of Pokemon, like Zoe, Paris, Zubat, maybe Geodude. Obviously Route 4 has... Doesn't? Oh, no, they don't highlight the... Oh yeah, the Magikarp is there, it's just we can also find Gyarados and Nude. Of course, Route 3, we can only dupe claws our way through it until we get Mankey or Jigglypuff showing up, so we'll probably end up having access to either potentially Primeape or potentially Wigglytuff. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, you can check out the other stuff like the other Nuzlocke. Well, Nuzlockes, but let's talk about the final one, the better in my opinion. And of course, if you do enjoy the stuff, then hey, you can always subscribe and you can always comment on various stuff, because you can. And obviously, I just hope you all enjoy. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.